nudists are coming back at you. Guess they must be gamers. Good work. We can play Street Crimes when you get back. It's a Degenitron classic. I remember when it came out, I was a good kid before that game glorified criminality and violence and corrupted my poor, innocent mind. Yeah, right. I've always been a punk. Park near the arcade. I'll get Jimmy to unload the equipment.
It's not working. These dumbass pieces of shit. I mean, I swear to God, they're not even connected to a network.
What's up, Maybach Music?
Are they plugged in?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what was I supposed to know about that?
Lester, you got a visitor!
Coming! Oh, you mean the owner is here, Wendy?
Yeah.
So, we're getting there, aren't we? Once we get the rest of the cabinets set up. You know, I have kill screened a shit ton of these babies, and by the time I'm done, I will do them all. Just wait till you see what we've done downstairs. We have been very busy. Hi! You remember Miss Chang?
Call me Georgina.
And Huang?
Yes, great. The place looks great. Good work.
So-
I'm terribly sorry, but we have to move along. John thinks he just ordered rosé.
What?
They can wait. Lester, you're going to say?
Yes. We were brainstorming some ideas the other night and came up with a whole new approach. When Georgina said that security is a level above anything I've encountered before, she was right. So, there's going to be 3 parts to our heist. Scoping, prepping, and the score. Except this time they're all going to be much more interrelated. You see, what you scope sets up what you can prep, which then sets up how you do the score. Depending on how hard you look, you might
I enjoy seeing the disabled hotties talk about their experience at the sex party. She went to this week on Twitter, even with the flack from the vanilla folks. You don't have to get involved. Just being present is an experience. That is too. Amen. I don't like niggas who are for everyone. If I don't introduce a guy to my friends first, I'm over it.
Now tell them what we talked about the job.
Yes. Yes, I was just getting to that. You see, with security like this, we'll need to be more adaptive. If our approach isn't working, we gotta be ready to switch it up on the fly. Before, if you were caught being sneaky, we just called the whole thing off. But now, you're going to transition to the more aggressive approach, and you keep on pushing.
It's amazing. If only we could keep on doing it. Rob it every week. I want this casino to be the anvil around Thornton Duggan's neck.
Yes, but let's start by just doing it once.
I got a text. The rosé is getting warm. Georgina, please.
Oh, Huang. If you need me for anything, please don't hesitate to call. We'll stay in town until it's done.
It's in good hands.
I mean it. Anything, call me.
Roger that. Roger that. Idiot. Okay, well, take a look at the board. And when you're ready, you know what to do.
No.
Okay, so you're ready to scope out the target. The classic first step. Head on over there. Like I said before, how we can approach this thing will depend on what we discover at this stage. So be as thorough or as quick as you like. There's a lot of information you can gather, but it's not all equally important. Oh, and just so you know, our rich benefactor's covering the cost of this venture the first time through. If we were to hit it again, you'd need to put up the meager setup fee yourself. But she wants to make sure it's done right at least once. There it is! The diamond. No more getting wrecked and losing money. It's time to look at it like professional. Main door on your phone and send it my way. I see it. Okay, not too heavy on security. An obvious route in, especially if we go in hard. Head inside and let's see what else catches the eye. Right, I need a few key things here. Try to get a picture of a guard. A security camera would be nice, and, give me a pic of a keypad.
Purchase a penthouse and start living the life you deserve.
Color me intrigued. my curiosity. Holy shit! Give me a moment. That tunnel. Yes, we need a big drill for this, but we could head through there and drill right up to the vault level. Blast our way in. Noisy, but this is a classic play.
Make some room.
You got what we need. Now you can call it a day, or you can keep looking around to see if you can find anything else that might help us when it comes to the big day. Up to you. When you're done, head outside. Great. That could be a way in too. And that gives us basic coverage for entrances and exits, but there should be more to see if you keep looking. Up to you. Lester Likey.
Hello, welcome to the Diamond Casino and Resort. Please have a look around and enjoy yourself. And of course, good luck.
Got it. This is interesting.
My pussy don't even tickle. Mm. There was this one live where you covered consent and you were so funny that night. I don't remember. I'm big on consent, or tell them how you like it. while it's done. Oh, harder. Like that. Oh, yes. Get it. Yes. I think that that's important. Don't be scared to tell people how you like it or how you want it done. I think that so many people expect somebody to be.
Color me intrigued. Aim last night? Shell's freaking out.
I brought that girl home from the bar, man. I know she was escaped. I was drunk as hell, man. Now throw her ass out, though. See ya.
Didn't even get to leave the office for 2 minutes today.
I had enough of bitches, man. Too much hassle. I had it up to here with my boss.
Let's meet up next week. Is it done? Is it not done? Is it? Come on!
How are you? Hey there!
Okay, so as you know, we've got the place running. It's a plausible front, but if you're interested in the arcade side of things, you should order some more games. Oh, and the Wizard's Ruin. Oh, it wrecked any chance I had of getting laid in high school, and I love it. They're all classics, and I want them all, but it's your call, obviously. If we get enough variety in here, we might actually see some money coming in, too. Oh, yeah, and the upgrades tab is where you'll find some of my more, illicit innovations. That was deliberately cryptic. Welcome to the Lester tab, or the Lester and Paige tab, if I'm gonna give her her due. So, you want a drone base to launch all-out attacks on the normies? We got one. You want to run all your business interests spread out around the state from the convenience of one gaming chair? We got an MCT, Master Control Terminal, for that too. Even works for supply and purchase runs on the open road, whatever that is. Little JT would be proud. Now, as I mentioned before, this is something I like to call the MCT, the Master Control Terminal. It's a little program Paige started putting together a while back. This baby connects your whole business network, from the open road to SecuroServe. From here, you can see the stock levels of any business you own, and more importantly, you can resupply and source from here too. Have full control of all your businesses from one chair. Gone are the days where people need to get up and move to control an empire. This is the digital age where the lazy rule.
Members of the Vagos.
Hey, what's up, man? I don't need another lecture. Is that bitch still two-timing you with that Filipino? I'm taking the pills. I'm walking upstairs. What the fuck do you want from me?
Perfect. First of all, like you can meet somebody and you can have amazing oral skills, but every skill that you have may just not work on him. His different. Dick is different. And I always speak about men because I date men, but this could be across the board. That little trick that you do to Aaron that make him go wild, that trick may not work on Frank. You speeding up and going fast and sucking it fast, that might work on Aaron because Aaron like fast. Head. Uh, 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 But Frank, that kind of turned him off. He liked it to be slow and tight. He liked the ease of the pool. And you have to learn people. You have to learn. You got to be willing to adjust how you are pleasuring this particular individual. Because all these tricks that you have for these other people may not work on him.
I gotta get my pump on later,
And you learn. From somebody saying it. And it's the same thing with your body. There are some people who like they doing this little shit and I'm like, what are you doing? I don't like that. I don't like when people bite my nipples. Hate it. Hate it. I like you to suck them hard, but I don't like you to bite them at all. I don't like that. But some people do. Well, my ex-girlfriend liked that. I don't care. I'm not her. So I don't want you to you shouldn't be pulling out tricks that you did on somebody else anyway. Ask me what I like. I'm gonna tell you what I like. I'm gonna tell you what I like. And so that's just I think that's perfect. You gotta tell people what you like. Tell people what you want to try, And it's okay to say, ooh, try it, and then you don't like it, ooh, nah, yeah, do this. Go back to doing that. It's okay for you to navigate those spaces and those kind of turns and twists that you're having during a sexual experience or before, however you're exploring it. It's okay to not to have that.
Efe! It's done, no problem. Catch you around.
One time I had this person talk so disrespectful when we were in the act. I liked it, but he hadn't discussed it beforehand, so I had to let them know to calm down. Yeah, and it can be a balance. Like I like I don't like disrespect. You can't. It's not that you can't call me a bitch. It can't be in I don't like degradation. I don't like you to degrade. I don't like anything like that. That doesn't turn me on. But if you say, oh, you a nasty bitch, you like in a way that is like a praise worship type of thing, then I'm turned on. Yes, if it's a praise type of situation, that is what I like. Worship and praise. I don't like people being degrading. That doesn't turn me on at all. Um, um, where you want to snap, baby? Yes. I had someone from my roster move to a different state. I didn't know how to replace his spot. I've been out the game for a while. You gotta be out here exploring, babe. You gotta, just like you found him, you gotta find somebody else. What were they giving? Can I go faster or harder? In a sensual voice, stretch me, down the face. Second plate, they were calling me all kinds of nasty bitches and telling me what to do. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Yeah, it can't be degrading. Yeah, I don't like all that. I like praise and affirmation. That rabbit killer, you be giving that to this video. I ain't really so hard. I hope that come out on Instagram. But I'm trying to think of like what's the pipes. I like his Instagram. Um, yeah, I like owning and I like you to let me know. It was good. I like worship. That's literally what it is. Affirming worship. Yeah. I don't know ever. You probably have watched them, you just don't know what it's in. Also be clear, you know what they mean. I have a dude that says he had a thing for next. I thought he meant nibbling. I'm gonna find out he means choking.
This is Ron Jakowski. Damn. I shouldn't say
So
my
yeah,
name.
no thank you.
Note to self. Edit that bit out. Okay, I
Yeah.
prepared this recording to talk you through the basics of our new operation. You'll find all the information you need about stock levels and our
Yeah,
holdings on
take
the homepage. Then, when you're ready to make an acquisition, you hit the source button.
I can be like one. It is how you're saying it. It's not just. It's how you're saying it. Are you saying it in a degrading way, or are you saying it in like, I'm praising you for being a nasty bitch? Oh, you nasty. Damn, I like that. You a nasty bitch. Huh? That is crazy. That's a different way you can say it. That's a different way that you can. Any kind of any kind of degradation is like
Okay, I've organized my thoughts a little since we last went over
any
this.
kind of
We
I
got
don't like
three
any kind of
boards.
spit in
This
my
one
mouth.
covers scoping.
I barely like
In the
tongue
intel,
candy.
we need to gather on casino security and what they're
Any
keeping
kind of
in the
spit
vault.
in my mouth, like if you want to
Vault
spit on dick or
contents. We need to
spit in
know
the
what they're
hole,
keeping
all
down
that.
there. Hacking
But
the internal security feed to see inside.
spitting in my face or my mouth.
Are you a nerd about this stuff, or do you like winging it? If you want to practice for this test, we can get a copy of their door security locks made and installed down here, so you can practice on
But
them.
if it is your cheek,
And
that's
a
great.
model of the casino might come
I don't want to
in
yuck
for planning
anybody's
too.
young. Your young is okay, but for me, it's definitely yuck. I don't like anything that has to do right. I don't like anything to do with pee, poop, stinky, smelly feet, smelly assholes. You know, people be like, "Oh, I like a man with a smell to me." No, I don't like a man with a smell to me. I like you to smell like you bathed and put on some nice cologne for me. I need all of that. Definitely like no spit. A spit on the private parts, yes. But a spit in my face and in my mouth, oh, no, thank you.
Okay, here we go. Let's find out what's in that vault. First, we need someone with the right login credentials for their security systems. I tracked the rough location of a member of Duggan's security team using his phone signal. Head over there and find him.
I think my brain. That is not sexy to me. I'll do it if you have my right. But yeah, I can't emphasize wireless how it's completely. You gotta make sure that you everything is protected. Personal value. Remember that everybody's path is different. There's no right way to explore, like you're exploring it. And to listen, the most important thing is possible for you to be authentic and real with yourself and know that this is a part of the journey. Figuring it out, liking stuff, not liking stuff. And what made me think about this topic is this. Now, this was meant to be a joke. So this is a dude calling me like my dad. It's good. I just hate how studs can nip up in a blown out, depending on the occasion, and I'm still going back on it. So the question was, what can the other gender do that you think are kissing each other? He said, studs can switch out this. I can't do that. That's not regular dick. It's a great briefcase, and they got to ready. That's what I love. And I'm still going. You got it. It's just like, I don't know, it just gets to me, man. That's what I love. You just figure it, bro. Like, every stud has food trouble. It's a great briefcase, and they got it. They got forward, they got six, they got curve, they got upward curve. It's just like
Search for a Wi-Fi signal we can piggyback on. And try not to look too conspicuous when you do it.
What's the point of winning if you don't spend it? The hottest fashions are available now at the casino store.
if hypothetically you chase a girl and still chasing the same girl, right? And the stuff like, okay, I'm dealing with a close range match. And because let's say I have the loadout for a long range battle, and she's like, okay, watch this. And she goes into her loadout, goes from 6 to 10. What am I supposed to do? Like, I poison her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think this time for her. I thought that, first of all, it's funny. They're talking about it. It's funny. But, that's hilarious. But, the thing about it is this is the imagination. Just like the stud, she didn't even have a piece. But she knows that penetration is a pleasurable thing to some people. So she has her suitcase. You can have a suitcase too. You can bring toys. You can bring toys. That's not just your dick. The boundary of you just bringing your dick is a boundary that you created for yourself. If you got 6, 7 inches and you can have a toy that you can bring pleasure her too. That's 10 inches or whatever inches that you feel like you need in your briefcase. You can have a rose in your briefcase. I know rose is making niggas feel like how can we compete with that? But you can have a rose in your briefcase. Imagine you having your 6 inches in somebody's butt and the rose on their clit. Like, it's so many things that you could do. If you think outside the box and use your imagination, you can have a suitcase of shit too, just like she can. But because you are just thinking, I'm just bringing my tool, that limits you. And you can have tons of other options, tons of other tools that you can bring to the table. It's so many things. No need to be jealous. You can even bring the stud in with you if she wants. There are straps for people with penises too. You saw the bill that was introduced in Texas to require ID for the sale of sex toys. I think they've been trying to do that. But it's crazy that they're so free with guns. You don't even have to have no license, no permit anymore for guns. But I gotta give you an ID. They want background checks on dildos, but not on guns. People are insane. They are writing bills for background checks and ID on sex toys, but they're letting guns be freely given without permit. That is right. In a country where there are shootings out of it. These act like the roads are any ones. They wear them booty pants showing the Debbie cakes and dumpy eyes. She probably just like your 6 inches, which is why she's letting you keep coming back to her, even though the stud got Mighty Morphin Power Ranger penis. But because you don't ask, you don't know that. Or you just letting your ego blind to the fact that she likes your penis too. Like, you don't even need I have trade that has 6 inch that I like hooking up with, just like I have a dude that has. I don't like anything over 10, 9, 10. I don't like anything over. My sweet spot is a fat 8. Fat 8, perfect. That's my perfect spot. Anything over 9 and 10 ish, you don't need all that. Buddy. You don't need all that. I don't like anything under 6. A fat 6'7" is okay.
This approach relies
Any
on going in hard and fast and violent and catching security on the back foot. Expect heavy resistance by the time you make your way out. Price of doing it dirty, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I like girth. I'm a girth person. Like, if you're gonna have a dick, it don't need to be skinny. It needs to be thick. If it's even if it's like 5 inches, it needs to be a thick 5 inches. Giving me pencil, I call them daggers. Giving me daggers is not sexy. Daggers make your booty hole bleed. Girth, get up in there and fill the space up. Fills the space.
According to authorities, surveillance video shows 36-year-old Paul Kim shooting surveillance cameras, spray painting the word
I bought this double-ended vibrating dildo last year, and it brings
multiple state felony charges, including discharging a firearm into a vehicle or structure, and possession of explosive devices. CNN is trying to reach his attorney for comment.
Seven magnitude earthquake. More than 700 people are now confirmed dead, most of them out of the end. And that number is expected to rise sharply, with U.S. officials estimating the toll is likely to surpass 10,000. It could be weeks before we know the full extent of the destruction in war-torn Myanmar. Its leadership made a rare call for international support, and aid groups say communication blackouts and damaged roads are hurting their ability to reach people. Meanwhile, authorities in the Thai capital are scrambling to find dozens of people feared buried beneath the rubble of a collapsed building. CNN's Will Ripley has more.
It's been an absolutely exhausting and excruciating night and now morning here in Bangkok, where most people here have not slept a wink since that massive 7.7 earthquake 600 miles away caused this skyscraper that was under construction to come tumbling down in a matter of seconds. And there were well over 100 construction workers inside. So far, more than a dozen of them have been found alive but injured. At least 10 of them have been found dead, but finding them is very slow going. They know that there are around 100 people still in there. Some of them may be alive, others have not survived. They can even hear people's phones ringing. They have sniffer dogs out, searching for any sign of life. They've also been flying drones overhead. But because they don't want to disrupt the rubble and create instability in air pockets where there could be potential survivors. They're basically digging by hand, and they're going to continue doing that out here, they say, for the next 72 hours or so, and then they'll reassess after that, depending upon how many survivors they've been able to recover, what their conditions are, and what they can learn about what's going on inside. In the meantime, you have these family members of the construction workers who've been out here throughout the entire night, sitting and waiting for any information. And of course, information is coming far too slowly for them and for so many others affected by this quake. Because I need to stress again, this is 600 miles away from the epicenter in Myanmar. This quake hit along a fault line near a densely populated city of about 1.5 million people with a lot of old buildings and dilapidated infrastructure. There are reports of widespread damage, destruction, building collapses. We've seen video of bridge collapse. But the number of dead, they're now saying the U.S. Geological Survey is estimating it could likely be upwards of 10,000 people, even though the official death count is only in the hundreds right now. And so here in Bangkok, this search and rescue effort continues, but they don't have a similar search and rescue infrastructure. The civil war for the last several years has made a rare plea for international assistance. They've been asking the world to come in and help in what they describe as a dire situation, but the problem is there are militias that control parts of Myanmar. The military junta doesn't control all of it. So even coordinating that logistical nightmare to get aid in is going to be a huge challenge. And if this is the situation 600 miles from the epicenter, one can only imagine just how bad things are right now in Myanmar, closer to where this massive 7.7 earthquake struck. Will Ripley, CNN, Bangkok.
Let's bring in CNN's Hanako Montgomery live this hour in Tokyo. Boy, Hanako, this looks bad, real bad. What can you tell us?
As well, as you said, I mean, it's a really desperate situation for Thailand and in Myanmar. And as we just heard there, rescue operations have been continuing throughout the night, trying to find any remaining survivors. In Thailand, we saw that one high-rise building that was under construction that came crashing down on Friday after that enormous earthquake struck Myanmar, but was felt in neighboring Thailand. Now, we saw there that aid workers are trying to shift through the rubble, trying to locate any remaining survivors. And nearby, families of those individuals believed to be trapped in that building are waiting for some good news, waiting for that one bit of hope that their loved ones might have been able to be rescued. Here's one woman's account about how desperate the situation is right now.
My heart sank. Never in a million years did I think something like this could happen. I still can't comprehend it, and I'm still shaken. My niece, I still don't know when we will find her. I'm hoping. There's nothing else we can do. We just sit and pray.
I mean, truly heartbreaking here, Isabel. And we've heard from authorities in Bangkok that they're conducting structural assessments of other high-rise buildings in the capital, buildings that they fear could have been damaged by the earthquake or could potentially collapse, as we saw that one high-rise building did on Friday. Now, in neighboring Myanmar, where the epicenter of the earthquake was located, the situation is even more desperate. We've seen videos of entire temples and mosques completely destroyed, some homes flattened entirely, and roads in Myanmar also partially destroyed. And what makes the situation even more difficult, Isabel, is the fact that it's very difficult to get information from Myanmar right now because of that civil war that's been raging in the country for more than 4 years. The military junta that's been in control of Myanmar since 2021 restricts access to the internet and restricts news outlets from reporting within the country. Also, as you just heard there, the junta doesn't control the entire country. There are rebel groups that control large parts of Myanmar, so it's very difficult to ascertain the entire situation, to get information about every single area. Also, what makes matters worse is the fact that, of course, the war has been raging and has internally displaced more than 3 million people in the country. Also, humanitarian assistance is in desperate need right now. So, Isabel, again, the situation is very, very difficult in Myanmar and in Thailand as rescue operations are still underway. Isabel.
It's a terrible situation. It's hard to wrap your head around. More than 700 people confirmed dead. A lot more expected, unfortunately. Hanako Montgomery in Tokyo. Thanks. Well, joining me now from Yangon, Myanmar, is Dr. Shi Min. He is the National Director for World Vision International Myanmar, an aid organization. Dr. Shi, really appreciate you being on the show. You're in Yangon. That is almost 650 kilometers just south of Mandalay. What did you experience, and what did your team? Are they safe in Mandalay? Are they all accounted for?
Yes, thank you. I'm currently in Yangon, and when the earthquake hit, I was in the office on the 5th floor of the building, and it was shaking for a few minutes. I think for 4 minutes, and then later I heard that most severe damage in the central Myanmar, like Mandalay and Naypyidaw, are hardly hit. And our staff in Mandalay also, they all escaped from the building. The office buildings cracked, the water tank on the rooftop is also broken and fell down, and all our staff are safe. And we asked them to go back home immediately, but they could not go back immediately because of the roads are damaged, and they also wanted to assess the damage, and we wanted to get more information to start the relief activities.
Yeah, they're there to help out the people, the public, but knowing that their own homes are there, and the fear of their own families, that's hard to comprehend as well. Dr. Min, what are your biggest priorities, your most immediate priorities, your biggest worries when it comes to now helping out the public post this major earthquake?
Yeah, the immediate challenge is the access to the area, because the roads are damaged and also difficult to go and difficult to get information because soon after the earthquake, all the phones were cut off. And then slowly we recover the phone network in the evening, but still it's not regular. So getting the information is quite a difficult task. Without the information, we cannot plan it thoroughly. But we're still doing with the limited information that we have, and we start doing the relief activities. It is quite a big impact to, especially the infrastructure damage in Mandalay.
And I understand that there could be worries about children that were traveling to school during the time of this earthquake. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, fortunately, this is a school holiday now. They just finished the final exam last week, so all the schools are closed except for some summer activities. So the children can be affected through going to the playground and also going to the market and staying with the parents, helping them. So the children are very much affected, and we haven't known how many children has been affected, whether they've been in the collapsed building or whether they've been injured. We cannot have the detailed information, but we are very concerned about the well-being of the children who are in that area.
Yeah, and imagine if this would have happened just a week earlier while they were still, as you said, we're still in the school calendar. Dr. Min, I understand that your team was also hearing concerns about the structural integrity of a nearby dam. Do you have an update on that?
I haven't got the update, but we heard that there's some, not confirmed yet, we heard that there's some leakages. So yeah, we have to find out and confirm information from the authority.
Of course, a lot of work to be done, and I'm sure not a lot of sleep to be had for yourself and your team. Dr. Shi Min in Yangon, Myanmar, really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is on the Japanese island of Iwo Jima today, marking the 80th anniversary of a dramatic World War II battle. Hegseth attended the annual reunion of honor ceremony on the island. The visit is part of his tour of Asia, which has been overshadowed by what's now been dubbed as the Signal Gate scandal. Hegseth was among a group of officials who discussed U.S. strikes in Yemen on the commercial Signal app, which led to major political backlash. But in the Philippines on Friday, he indicated that he had no regrets.
I'm quite proud of what our forces in CENTCOM did on that initial series of very effective and devastating strikes, and the ongoing campaign that we're undertaking
U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance pitched his case for why America should take over Greenland while visiting the island on Friday. He's accusing Denmark of neglecting the self-governing territory and says that Greenland would be better off under U.S. security. CNN's Elena Queen has more details on the controversial trip.
Well, Vice President J.D. Vance delivered the clearest and highest profile message yet to Greenlanders on Friday, really doubling down on President Donald Trump's vow to try and acquire Greenland one way or another. Vance, who just decided a couple of years ago to make the trip, said that Denmark was leaving its citizens vulnerable, and also argued that the United States could no longer ignore Russian and Chinese aggression in the Earth.
Our message to Denmark is very simple. You have not done a good job by the people of Greenland. You have underinvested in the people of Greenland, and you have underinvested in the security architecture of this incredible, beautiful landmass filled with incredible people. That has to change.
So again, very sharp words there from the Vice President, but what's also almost as equally interesting in why the Vice President decided at the 11th hour to make this trip at all. First of all, the Vice President was supposed to join. This was supposed to be an independent trip made by the second lady, Tisha Vance's wife. And it was supposed to be what the White House characterized as a cultural visit. She was going to go and participate in the island's national dog sledding race. However, those plans were scrapped after many people on the island who argue not only that they don't want America to purchase Greenland, but we also heard that argument from Danish and Greenlandic leaders as well, although they're calling it highly aggressive. This trip, with the addition of Vance, was completely changed. Instead of going to the capital of Nuuk, where I should know the government had just formed on Friday, they instead went to a U.S. Space Force base 1,000 miles away from the capital. I should note as well that there was talk of protests in the capital initially when Usha Vance was planning on visiting. All to say, this trip was completely turned around, I was told in my conversations with White House officials, because Vance essentially argued if they're going to get so worked up about her visiting the island, then he was going to go and try to elevate the trip with his vice presidential entourage. And that's really, I think, the big picture here is just how tense really relationship.
Alright, I'm going to bed, y'all. I am tired. Not tired. I'm tired.
So much joy. Abby.
Are between the United States and the people of Greenland, who again have said repeatedly that they do not want the United States trying at all to purchase them. Elena Treen at the White House. The proposed sale of 2 strategic ports near the Panama Canal is now on hold. The South China Morning Post reports that the deal was supposed to be signed next week. The U.S.
Alright, I'm going to bed, y'all.
agreed to buy
I will
the
see
ports
y'all
from a company based in
later.
Hong Kong.
Have a good
Says
weekend.
that's been postponed because Chinese regulators are investigating
Have
quote,
fun.
protect
Be
fair
safe.
competition. Unquote.
Whatever y'all
The
plan
deal
on
was seen as a way to
doing.
dial down tensions involving the U.S. President Donald
I
Trump
will see y'all
take
later.
over now after wrongly claiming that China owns it. President Trump and Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney are describing